Hello everyone, myself Neetu, Faculty Silver Hills Public School. We are going to discuss on the topic Birds Around Us, Class 3 EVS Chapter 9. Birds, such an incredible and marvelous creation of God. Their colorful and mighty feathers, their ability to fly, their wings, their beaks, everything make them unique. Everyone, you and me, have a desire to fly like birds. And it is this desire, the intense desire to fly, that made Orville and Wilbur Wright, they are popularly known as Wright brothers, to invent the first flying machine. And after the first flight in the year 1903, they told, birds were our inspiration. Wow, birds are great, is it? So, before moving on to the chapter, we have to do a very small activity. Just think that God has given you wings for one day, a single day, to explore the beauty of the world around you. So, you have to write what all things you have seen, which all places you have visited, what was your experience in flying. Either you can write it as a short story or you can write in a paragraph, and we can discuss about it in our next class. Now let us go and explore the world of birds. So the topics that we are going to discuss today: types of birds, special features of birds, feathers, beaks, nest and migration. There are more than 10,000 different varieties of birds in this world. Birds are the only animal that has got feathers and beaks instead of mouth. And birds, along with very few insects, have the ability to fly. When we look around, we can see birds of different size, shape and colors. Some birds are big, some birds are small, some birds can fly and some are flightless birds. So, birds like sparrow and hummingbird are small bird, and hummingbird, bee hummingbird is the smallest bird in this world, and hummingbird lays the smallest egg. And hummingbird is the only bird that can fly backwards, a bird that can fly backwards. It is hummingbird, and also it can fly upside down. Great, is it? Then big birds, birds like penguin, ostrich, then kite, vulture, peacock, all these are big birds. Birds that can fly, majority of birds can fly. Birds like eagle, crow, vulture, kite, then pigeon, sparrow, all these birds can fly. Some birds can fly very high. Birds like eagle, vulture, all these birds can fly very high and they have got a very sharp eyesight. And birds like peacock, then hen, can fly to very short distance. They can fly to very short distance because of their size of their body, because of the weight of their body. They can fly to very short distance. There are some birds who cannot fly. So, birds like penguin, kiwi, ostrich, emu, all these birds are the birds that cannot fly and they are known as flightless birds. Why these birds cannot fly? These birds cannot fly because of the size of their body, because of the weight of their body, they cannot fly. So, penguin, kiwi, ostrich are some of the birds that cannot fly, or they are the flightless birds. So, some birds have got small feather-like structure on their head, and this feather-like structure, beautiful feather-like structure on the head is known as crest or crown. Birds like peacock, hen, rooster, grey crown crane are some of the birds that have got a crest or crown on their head. How beautiful is to see the flight of birds, is it? Everybody have got a question or a doubt in our mind, why only birds can fly? Why we cannot fly? Birds have got some special features that help them to fly. Let us discuss about the special features that help birds to fly. Birds have a very light body, very light or weightless body, and also the bone of the birds are hollow to make their body even lighter. So, the first feature, they very light body. Second, birds have a pair of wings covered with feathers. A A pair of wings that is covered with feathers, and wings are attached to the body with the help of very strong muscles. Why? Because these muscles help the bird to flap their wings up and down. So, they have got wings, a pair of wings that is attached to the body with the help of very strong muscles, and on the wings we can see feathers. Feathers are attached to the wings. And birds have streamlined body that help them to move quickly through the air. What do you mean by streamlined body? We have already discussed about the streamlined body of fishes. So, streamlined body is a boat-shaped body. Streamlined body is also known as boat-shaped body. It is pointed on both ends. On both ends it is pointed, and it is broad in the middle. It is broad in the middle. Such a shape is known as streamlined shape, that is tapering or pointed on both ends and broad in the middle. Can you name some objects or animals that have got streamlined body? There are many objects or animals in this world that have got streamlined body. Can you name some of them? So, bullet train, see, here it is tapering and here it is broad. Fish, then ship, submarine, aeroplane, dolphins, all these have got a streamlined body to move through air or water quickly, to cut through the air and move quickly. So, these are the features that help bird to fly. Feathers give color to the bird. It makes bird colorful. Apart from giving color to the bird, feathers have got other functions also. Let us discuss about the functions of feathers and the types of feathers. Feathers cover the bird's body and give shape to the bird. They cover the bird's body and give shape to the bird. It keeps the bird's body warm, and also feathers help the birds to fly. The mainly feathers are of three main types: body feathers, down feathers and flight feathers. There are three main types of feathers: body feathers, down feathers and flight feathers. So, see, these are the body feathers. The body feathers cover the bird's body and give shape to the bird. Cover the bird's body and give shape to the bird. These are the body feathers. And see, this is a down feather. Down feather, very soft and fluffy. Down feather. Down feather also cover the bird's body and keep the bird warm. Keep their body warm. This is a down feather. So, down feathers are light and fluffy. They cover the bird's body and keep it warm. Then next is the flight feathers. From the name itself, we can make out what is the function of flight feathers. What is the function of flight feathers? Can you all tell me? Flight feathers. Yes, flight feathers help the birds to fly. Flight feathers help the birds to fly. So, where do we find this flight feathers? In which part of the bird's body do we find this flight feathers? See, where do we find flight feathers? Flight feathers are mainly found on the wings and on the tail. So, flight feathers are long and strong. They are present on the wings and tail. Long and strong, present on the wings and tail. They help birds to fly and to change the direction while flying. These flight feathers help the birds to fly and to change the direction while the bird is flying. Mainly the flight feathers that is present on the tail help the bird to change the direction while the bird is flying. So, ma'am is going to throw a ball to you. I am going to throw a ball. Okay, catch it. How did you catch the ball? You catch the ball with your hand. How do you hold your bag, school bag? You hold it with the help of your hand. Then we hold water, we hold things with the help of our hand. Also, we eat food with the help of our hands. Do birds have hand? No, birds do not have hand. Instead, they use their beak to do all the things that we do with the help of our hand. They use their, see, the bird is feeding its young ones with the help of its beaks. Is holding the food in the beak and feeding the young ones, newly hatched chicks. So, birds use their beaks to catch and hold food, to build nests and to feed their young ones. So, what are the functions of, what are the uses of beaks? To catch and hold food, to build nests and to feed their young ones. And also you might have seen some birds sitting on the tree trunk and cleaning their feathers with the help of their beak. Did you see? This is known as, this process of cleaning the feathers with the help of their beak is known as preening. and they use their beaks for this process. So, they use their beak to catch and hold food, to build nests and to feed their young ones. Different birds eat different type of food. Different types of food, birds eat different types of food, and by looking on the shape of their beak, we can make out what type of food do the birds eat. So, let us see some of the food items that the birds eat. Mainly birds eat food like grains, seeds, fruits, insects, worms, flesh, and some birds eat fish also. So, these are the main type of the food items that the birds eat. Based on their feeding habits, the shape of their beak also differ. Different birds have different beaks based on their feeding habits. Let us discuss about the beak of some birds. So, birds like parakeet. Very beautiful to see, colorful parakeet. Parakeet, what type of food do this parakeet eat? Parakeet usually feed on nuts, fruits, seeds, etc. So, they have to crack open the nuts or fruits or whatever food they are eating. They have to crack it open. So, they need a very sharp and curved beak. Sharp and curved beak to crack open nuts and fruits. Nuts, fruits and seeds that they eat. So, parakeets have a curved beak to crack nuts and fruits. See how strong parakeets' beaks are. See the beak of eagle. What do you mean by birds of prey? Birds of prey are the birds that feed on other small birds or animals. Birds that feed on the flesh of other birds or animals are known as birds of prey. So, to eat or to feed to eat the other birds or animals, they need a very sharp beak to tear the flesh, very sharp beak to tear the flesh. So, birds of prey like eagle, kite, vulture, hawk, etc. has got a hooked beak to tear the flesh of small birds and animals. Hooked beak, hooked and very strong beak to tear the flesh of other small birds and animals. So, birds of prey has got a hooked beak. Next, birds like pigeon, sparrow, hen, they feed on very small seeds. So, they have to peck the seed from the ground. They have got a short and pointed beak to crush the seed that they eat. And also birds like hen and peacock feed on small insects and worms from the floor. So, they have got a short and pointed beak. See the beak of duck. So, duck has got a broad and flat beak with holes on the side. Why do this duck has got small holes on the side? The duck is a bird that we usually find in muddy water. So, they scoop the muddy water along with very small worms and insects. They scoop the muddy water with small worms and insects that is present in the muddy water. So, what happened? This muddy water oozes out through the small holes. Muddy water oozes out through the small holes, leaving behind the worms and insects. So, these are the worms and insects the duck feeds on, and the muddy water gets oozed away through the small hole that is present on the beak. So, birds like duck has got broad and flat beak. So, before going to the next session, let me read out a very small poem. Among the tree is the bird's nest, and in the nest 3 eggs rest. And in each egg, hush, you will be heard, there lies asleep a tiny bird. So, whenever we think of nest, the first image that comes to our mind is this egg that is inside the nest, and also the small newly hatched young ones opening their mouth and crying for food. Is it? So, birds make nest to lay eggs, and this nest is the shelter of the bird. So, usually when it is time for them to lay the egg, that is mainly during the spring season, they make their nest. So, birds make their nest to lay eggs and to keep their young ones safe, to hatch their young ones and to keep the young ones safe. Till the young ones are able to fly and to find food themselves and find out food themselves. The birds have to protect their young ones or newly hatched young ones from other big birds and animals. So each bird has got its own unique way or its own unique style of making nest. They make nest with the help of a variety of things. See, they make nest with different type of things during summer season or just in the month of February and all. You can see birds collecting small twigs or grass or thread from the floor, from the ground nearby and flying away along with it. You may be thinking why they are collecting all these pieces, the twigs and the grass, the cotton, thread, all these pieces, why they are collecting? They are collecting it to make their nest. They are collecting these pieces to make their nest. So, the material that a bird used to make their nest are feathers, twigs, cotton, then straw, dry leaves. Feathers, twigs, cotton, straw, dry leaves, then small silk threads, then even they use paper, pieces of paper to make their nest. Now let us let us go to different methods by which birds make nest, the unique way in which birds make their nest. Weaver bird. Weaver bird is a master. He is a master in nest making. Do you know who is the person who built your houses? It is an architect, right? An architect builds beautiful houses. Like that, there is an architect in nature. Architect in nature. Do you know who is the architect in nature? It is the weaver bird. The weaver bird is known as the architect in the nature. The weaver bird's nest can be seen hanging from the treetop. From the branches of the tree, you can see the nest of the weaver bird hanging. They make beautiful nest with the help of grass and twigs. With the help of grass and twigs, the weaver bird makes a nest, and there is a small hole at the end of the bottom of the nest. It's a tunnel-like opening at the bottom of the nest so that the birds can get into the nest. So it makes a very beautiful nest. Weaver bird make very beautiful nest. A very common bird that we find in our locality, right? During summer season, usually we used to hear a tuck, tuck, tuck sound from our neighborhood. What is it? It is a sound of the woodpecker pecking or poking the trunk of a tree. See, it's making hole on the trunk of a tree with the help of its pointed and chisel-shaped beak. With the help of its pointed, sharp and chisel-shaped beak, it is making hole on the tree trunk. So, where do the woodpecker make its nest? Woodpecker make its nest in the form of holes in a tree trunk, Next is a common bird that we find everywhere. It is a pigeon. Pigeon's nest can be seen everywhere, on the rooftop of old buildings, on big flats, under the bridges. Everywhere we can find a pigeon's nest. So, a pigeon built nest on rooftops in old buildings and under the bridges. Next is another master in nest making. It is the tailor bird. Tailor bird make its nest very skillfully. They make its nest. They take a long leaf and sew it with the help of its needle-like beak. They have got a sharp needle-like beak, and with the help of this beak, they sew the leaves together. You might have seen a tailor sewing clothes. How do the tailors sew clothes? The tailor sew clothes with the help of a needle. In the same way, the tailor bird sew the leaves together with the help of its beak. Very skillfully and very beautifully they make their nest. So, tailor birds sew leaves together to make their nest. So, children, you might have heard your grandparents or your parents saying, never disturb a bird's nest, or never touch the egg of a bird. Why? Because if you are doing that, the birds will think that you are coming to harm the bird, and it will abandon its nest and it will fly away. These are very sensitive creatures, so never disturb them. Okay, or never disturb a bird or go near a bird's nest and never touch a bird's egg. So, in our last class, we have studied about winter season. We have studied that during winter season, the days are shorter, the leaves fall from the tree, and it is very difficult to find food. So during winter season, it is extremely cold in some part of the world. The entire area will be covered with snow. So at that time, it is very difficult for the birds to find food and also to lay their eggs. So what happened? During this time, the birds fly from the cooler area to the warmer area. Fly from the cooler area to the warmer area. Not just one or two birds fly, they fly together. A group of birds, a mass of birds fly together from a cooler area to a warmer area in search of food and also to lay egg. And this process is known as migration. This process is known as migration, and the birds that migrate from the cooler area to the warmer area is known as migratory birds. So before winding up, I just want to tell some facts about birds. So the fastest bird is peregrine falcon. Peregrine falcon covers around 300 kilometers per hour. Great, is it? Then the slowest bird is American woodcock, the slowest flying bird. Okay. Next is the bird that fly backward. There is a bird that fly backwards, backward flying, and also it can fly upside down. Do you know which is the bird? The bird is hummingbird, and the smallest bird is bee hummingbird. Then the fastest swimming bird. The fastest swimming bird is gentoo penguin. Gentoo penguin is the fastest swimming bird. The national bird of India, you all know which is the national bird of India. Which is the national bird of India? Peacock. Peacock is the national bird of India, and the state bird of Kerala is great hornbill. Great hornbill is the state bird of Kerala. And the king of birds, we have studied about the king of jungle, right? Like that, there is a king of bird also. So eagle is the king of birds. So before winding up, I just want to tell you that there is a branch of science that deals with the study of birds. And this branch of science that deals with the study of birds is known as ornithology. And there is a great ornithologist in India. He is not just an ornithologist, he is a naturalist also, and his name is Dr. Salim Ali. This Dr. Salim Ali did a lot of research about birds. He gave up his job to study about birds, and he was the first person to do a survey on birds. And he is known as the Birdman of India. The Birdman of India, Dr. Salim Ali. Before winding up, let me quote the famous words of Dr. Salim Ali, the Birdman of India. I suppose I have done my bit. It's now up to you, the younger people. Now it's your turn. It's our turn to take care of this world around us. We have to protect our environment and make it a better place for everyone to live together with peace and harmony. We should stop cutting down trees because trees are the home of animals. It's a shelter of animals and birds. We should stop polluting our environment and make our world a beautiful place to live. Thank you, children. Thank you very much.